The great significance of the ancient Olympia site for modern Olympism was already emphasized by Baron Pierre de Coubertin himself since 1894, and in 1927 when he visited Olympia as a pilgrim of history. He described Olympia as a sacred place, stressing its importance and connection with his personal visions for the foundation of the philosophical idea of Olympism and the revival of the Olympic Games. Already since the end of the 1920s, Pierre de Coubertin, with Ioannis Chrisafis, Carl Diem, and Ioannis Kitseas, all emblematic personalities of the Olympic movement, started working on the project of establishing an international cultural Olympic center, the International Olympic Academy. In 1961, the Hellenic Olympic Committee, under the auspices of the IOC, created the International Olympic Academy in ancient Olympia, on the site chosen by the reviver of the Olympic Games quite some time before his death. According to his wish, his heart rests there in a silver stele, with an evident symbolism. The IOA started its operation in 1961 on a piece of land of approximately 100,000 square meters under the Chromium Hill, next to the archaeological site and close to the settlement of ancient Olympia. In the beginning, participants lived in tents, and the lectures were held outdoors. The facilities of the IOA were gradually completed and now include 116 accommodation rooms, a restaurant, administration offices, sports venues, a conference center with state-of-the-art audiovisual equipment that can accommodate over 400 participants, and one of the best libraries with rich Olympic-related content. More than 80,000 young men and women, lecturers, professors, and members of sports institutions have visited this magic place until now. The IOA's Olympic education programs are based on four main areas: academic and scientific continuing education, sports activities, social events, and cultural performances. Within the framework of these activities, participants combine education with sports and entertainment with the development of social relations between them. Through these programs, the IOA tries to bring man closer to classical education, nature, and at the end of the day, to the perennial values which Olympism offers. Since 1961, a series of international sessions has been held in the facilities of the IOA for young participants from all regions of the world, for educators and officials of higher institutions of physical education, for representatives of NOCs, National Olympic Academies, and international federations, for sports journalists and Olympic medalists. Eminent scientists and personalities of culture and Olympism from all over the world are invited in order to teach participants. At the same time, the IOA functions as a coordinator of the National Olympic Academy's actions by educating their officials, promoting their works, and supporting the foundation of new academies in countries where they do not yet exist. In this way, the Academy's mission with the Olympic movement is fulfilled, as expressly stated in the IOC's Olympic Charter, to encourage and support the development and dissemination of Olympic values through a coordinated educational process. Since 1993, the IOA has introduced a 4-week international postgraduate Olympic seminar, which focuses on current problems of Olympic-related content. Since 2012, it has also initiated cooperation with prominent universities such as Harvard, Yale, St. Andrews, Georgetown, and Bangor University, hosting conferences and high-level summer courses. Within the framework of the broader educational and scientific role which the Academy is claiming within the Olympic movement, it has initiated in 2009, in collaboration with the University of Peloponnese, a master's degree program in Olympic Studies, one of a kind worldwide. The International Olympic Committee has warmly supported this initiative, which gives a new dimension to the Academy's goals as it looks to the new millennium.
The International Olympic Academy looks towards the future with optimism and prospect for new actions. Throughout its long presence in the Olympic movement, the Academy has proved globally that it is an exceptional and unique institution promoting Olympic education. Our ambition is to provide the youth with the opportunity to experience in this place the magic of Olympism.
In order to support scientific research, the IOA has published its proceedings of its sessions annually since 1961. Since 2012, the IOA also issues a biannual official journal, where in addition to the Academy's actions, readers can find news coverage on the activities of many national Olympic academies. In 2010, responding to Jacques Roque's call, IOC president at the time, towards the Olympic family to give its support to the new institution of Youth Olympic Games held in Singapore, the IOA presented an interactive stand and a pioneering educational program called Discovering the Olympic Movement and its Values, which then traveled to the Olympic events that followed. This program operates permanently in the IOA's facilities in ancient Olympia and supports the Olympic education programs held in its halls. In October 2014, the Historical Archive of the Organizing Committee of the Athens 2004 Olympic Games was inaugurated. The archive, which is housed in the old Otto Simcek Conference Hall in a room measuring 420 square meters, covers the period from the bidding stage until the closing of the Games and contains a wealth of printed, audiovisual, and digitalized material, as well as official objects from the Athens Olympic Games. The project of the Athens 2004 Historic Archive was fully financed through a donation from the International Olympic Committee, which owns this particular archival material. Its realization was undertaken by a non-profit company, the Athens 2004 Historic Archive. The archive is aimed at all those people who are interested in looking at the data and facts relating to the organization of this major sporting and cultural event. It is also a useful access tool for future researchers. This archive essentially constitutes the historical library of the Games. Through all these activities, the IOA significantly contributes to the dissemination of the principles of Olympism, promotes Olympic education, and furthers the consolidation of Olympic values through its ongoing educational activities at an international level. The magic setting of ancient Olympia, the place that gave birth to the Olympic ideal of the Olympic Games, will certainly bring another dimension to the stay of any person who decides to visit it. With every passing year, the site of the Academy in ancient Olympia, instead of aging, is being reborn and continues to offer unique and unforgettable moments to students, teachers, and visitors.
Olympia is like a second home for many of us. In Olympia, we have found a way to believe, to dream of tomorrow, and so a new day will come.
Thank you, Mr. President. We are going to continue with address by a representative of the region of Western Greece, Kostarias Dimitrios, Vice Commissioner of
Καλημέρα σας.
Please use your headphones.
Κύριε Πρόεδρε της Διεθνής της Ακαδημίας, κύριε Δήμαρχε, Αρχαίας Ολυμπίας, εκλεκτή